I'm hyped for this map, though. It is a chance for HSG to try and bring it back. There were a lot of mistakes, and like Blair was saying, there was no T side on Inferno, but let's see what they can do on this map. They'll be starting out on the CT side, but here we are. Mirage, one of the trio of maps that is heavily played, and we're going to be into the second map of this best of 3.
And much like their counterparts, Black Dragons have also only played this map 3 times, but they're at 100% win rate. So they're feeling a lot more confident coming into this one, even though they start on their T side.
I'm sure that's where they love it anyway. Super aggressive team. They know how to control the flow of a map. Let's see if they can do exactly that. Hazel, here's the first steps, makes the call, hits the shot sign on, sent down into the ground. GFI not so lucky with her shots, so skilled as Anna coming in, and both GFI and Hazel knocked out the park right away. Argent, Olga, nailed it. Last player's left alive, the bomb is planted. It's in a pretty good spot as well, actually. Down towards the connector. It's going to allow Anna to play that late game position. There is a defuse kill on Argent, so they have a chance. No utility, though. Armor on 2 of them. And she's coming in, Babs, perfect angle. She's trying to stack up some kills. They line up for her, but unfortunately she falls. The trade's going to be coming in. Back and forth as Leia goes down after final one. Olga, dead. It's cAmyy. Finds the kill, and now last one left alive. Spots out one of the players, but knows there's one in towards Firebox. Hits the shot as well, but no kit, no utility. There's just no chance in hell. She could try and find the kill, but Anna's just like, nah, chase me.
Well, chase her she did. Gets that last kill as well. Doesn't make the hugest difference in the world. It is still a round loss. I will say, though, Hazel, 2 maps in a row, getting the opening kill of the map. That's pretty damn cool. And always in such a weird position. Catching Sign-In on the cross there. Very well done from her. But unfortunately, as we saw, right, not enough. Naomi caught between 2 very good players in such a good cross angle. Bomb planted in the worst possible position for her. And no time to get it done. So, of course, Black Dragon's going to force into this one. HSG playing it a bit more safe.
Yeah, I'm super glad they didn't try and force into this one. If they had, I would have been smacking my head against the table a little bit, but either way, we're not there. We've got a couple of upgraded pistols, P250, a Deagle, there's a flash on the board as well, but Argent, she goes down, Hazel as well. This is not looking good for them. The Deagle's still in the hands of GFI. They're going to be able to find a couple of kills here. Olga with one as well for USP. What's going on? Almost a knife. I love it. Anna celebrated with her teams, having a bit of a laugh, down to 15 HP, but it doesn't matter. She remained alive.
I love how that body just kind of like, you know that meme about how my soul left my body, but like the whole body just left. Eventually it fell back down, but it was quite funny to watch. Yeah, look at that. We even get the replay. I love production here. They're so good.
They're going in for a
know
hug.
what I need, you know? They understand us, Tom.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, HSD still not quite understanding Black Dragons here. Now, there is going to be a force into this, and it's a pretty powerful force as well. They've got a good opportunity here to make something happen.
Oh, they're going to be pushing in. Going to be able to find one. cAmyy onto the second. This is looking real beautiful, I was going to say, but Olga does break it up with a single kill of her own. But Argent, Naomi, not the 2 strongest players on the team across stats. Naomi's a little bit harder one to judge. Anna's going hunting. Playing aggressive. You wouldn't expect her to be there. She's going in for the second kill as well, and that is just a fatality, you may say.
That's rude as that is.
I love it.
Yeah.
They are in control.
And that's what we were saying, right? It really feels like they have the control of the tempo, the pacing, the space. They just control absolutely everything here, and HSG are struggling to respond. And that was an important round for HSG to win because they forced into it. Now they're going to be back down. Yes, okay, they've got, full loss streak bonus, so there's that extra little bit of cash. But into this round, because they forced so heavily into the last, it's upgraded pistols at the absolute maximum. And even then, it's only Olga who's going to get an upgrade. One smoke to try and make miracles happen here. I'm expecting a bit of a gamble stack because there's very little that they can get done, especially against Black Dragons here. Leia, again, we've got one of those extended bonuses where she's just hanging on to that Mac 10 for dear life. And if she can get all the way to like 4 or 5 rounds like we saw previously, there's going to be so much cash available for Black Dragons.
Yeah, and Babs with the A1, she was able to upgrade in that last round, essentially. So this is looking really good for them. Okay, that is a scout. That's Olga fully going into this one. She bought the scout for her teammate, drops it over, buys some armor, and now she is screwed it economically unless they win this round. And She's got the Mac-10. She's going in for some kills. She's hungry. She wants to feed the beast. That is known as the Mac-10. The box with bullets that come out of it, and that's exactly what it does. And it's going to be able to find one. She's not going to expect this player who's going to be right up next to her, but it doesn't matter anyway. Olga finds the kill, and, well, her teammates are all the way over towards the A site. Going to be able to get the plant on the bomb. The attack comes through. cAmyy has to run away. There's no point in her trying to take that fight, but Ana, she's more than happy to mop up these kills. AK in hand. 6 bullets remain. Is it enough? No, she has to reload as GFI. The last one to remain. Heavy investment from Olga into this round, and unfortunately, with only 1 kill, not going to be worth it. It was a gamble, but it was a small gamble because it was on 1 player, but it does mean that Olga, a player who they should kind of be dependent on heavily, has just not been anywhere to be seen.
I must say that was a really smart round for Black Dragons. They were kind of expecting that gamble stack, and so they all head towards one site, and if no one's there, great, free plant. And they send 1 player off into the wild blue yonder. If the positions are reversed, they're running into a team with a bunch of pistols and a scout, which they weren't aware of, but at the end of the day, it still would have been fine. So they read into that quite nicely. They get a free plant over on the A site, another round on the board in their back pocket. Hazel still able to get an AWP on the board here, but again, very dire cash situation here. It's a round that HSG need to win.
Yeah, Olga's played down in towards this underpass position. Molly over towards the top of mid at the moment, but cAmyy with the AWP, she's sharp today. We've seen her hit some ridiculous shots, and I think she's going to do it exactly again. Peeks round, hits the flick, takes down Olga, who's already in financial troubles, and now she got $50 to her name. Ana, she's going to go exploring as well. Now that they know the player in mid is dead, they can take more of the space up, fill it up with their own players. With only 4 players left to remain, and HSG needs to do something. Play a little bit smarter. Change it up. The AWP rather on Hazel is going to have to really earn its keep.
The slower pace is so uncharacteristic, but I love it. HSG Unlock going to know what the hell to do with this.
Well, they've activated. They pushed on in. It's going to be jungle. Winner room. Going to be under their control soon enough. Ana going to be just holding this position to make sure they can't push on through. Oh, cAmyy gets the kill towards short. Bomb does get planted for pets. And that's connector position. Allows them to play multiple angles, mainly over towards that connector position. Look to play a little bit more aggressive up towards the spot. Hazel as well, but they're just going to get absolutely slaughtered. Last one left alive is going to be GFI, finds one, but the fire is going to be burning her life. She has to try and run and hightail, but unfortunately... Oh, okay, GFI. Spicy shot, I respect it. And now she's still going to be playing counter-aggressive, just waiting for them to push. She hears the pull of the pin, I'd imagine, but maybe not. She's going to be peeking back in. That was a flick, but not good enough.
Damn, if she hit that, I'd be so impressed. But unfortunately, not to be the case. Does a little bit of damage with the one shot a little bit earlier on. But again, it's not enough. They needed to win that round. They need to get rounds on the board, and Black Dragons are just digging their heels in here. I mean, this is so impressive from them. We said, like, we didn't really get to see much of a T side because they were just so in control all the time. Now that they have a T side, now that we get to see what Brazilian CS is all about, they are so demonic round after round. And this is what I said, even in a round where they slow things down, HSG don't know how to respond to that because they're not used to it. They don't know what's going through Black Dragons' heads. Even with that regional familiarity, it's so out of left field that they can't respond.
Yeah, and I think we do need to bring up, obviously HSG are playing with, I don't want to say it like too brutally, but they do have a bit of a hand tied behind their back. They've got a substitute player. That's never easy to contend with, especially when you've got Olga coming in, a little bit new to the roster, and you're coming to a very, beautiful shot from cAmyy. Lines up, takes down Hazel. I'll carry my thoughts later on because they don't matter as much as this action. Olga and co are going to be charging on in, but they've got pistols. They've got to play over towards B. That's going to be Nermit. Just talking about her. Should be flying up against Ana soon enough, I'd imagine. Unless Ana decides to back off, and she's, you know, pretty smart, pretty disciplined. May decide to not go any deeper, but Smoke seems to be telling a different story from her. And I like this approach. Black Dragons, although they're a very aggressive team, they're also playing patiently. They know that this is going to be a low buy. Pistols most likely for HSG, so they don't want to risk everything for nothing. The other side, the smoke, GFY's target does sit. Babs misses seeing that player, so this could actually leave Sign on peeking around the corner, but she gets the kill anyway. It doesn't matter. Beautiful shots. Never is found and dropped. That is a defuse kit as well. I think it's the only one in the server right now. Oh, Argent. 5-7, 15 bullets. Peeking around that corner, that's not something that's going to favor you. You're going to be better to run away. Hits the headshot, but it's only going to deliver 91 points of damage. Olga, she's been spotted. Peeking on, hits the headshot again. 95. And this is why, you know, 5.7s, they're good and all, but at the end of the day, that long, like sort of mid-range or long range, they're useless.
I mean, there's a reason that when you have money, you buy an AK.
Yeah.
I mean, as good as some of the pistols can be, there's definitely a better option. I wasn't sure how I felt about Olga's wrap around. I thought it could get results, but on this pistol round, it's going to be very, very difficult. And I think the idea there was to try and catch a player, you know, from behind, pick up their gun, run away, and it just was not allowed to happen. Yet another instance where HSG's ideas are shut down before they even have a chance to attempt it.
I think that's also, yeah, just down to, like, Black Dragons who were playing a discipline. They pushed in through that short position, also one in towards apartments, and then they didn't go back that same way. They were like, no, we know there's a risk over there. We've cleaned out these angles. Let's make sure we don't lose our weapons. Let's not give HSG an inch. We don't want to let them take a mile. Early damage, but it's 12 points of damage. She doesn't care. I mean, sure, it opens her up a little bit more of a risk to the rifles, but at the end of the day, she's just holding that position. Got teammate backing her up. Olga gonna get burnt out of position. She spots out a player, I think. So she's just having to hide behind this smoke. That's a call that must have been made. She might get spotted out. It's gonna be two though. She's gonna be able to find a double, but she's getting traded out. cAmyy is dropped like a sack of potato. Naomi gonna be able to find a double, but Leia gonna be coming in with the trade-off. But eventually cAmyy goes down. Fantastic plays coming in from the side of HSG to finally get around on the board.
Yes, and it's been such a long slog to get there. They've been playing proactively. They've been trying to catch off some of these players, and it just hasn't been working out for them. This is the first time where they've managed to get those results, and a lot of that is off the back of some early information that maybe was unintended, right? Like Olga being able to spot someone at the top of the smoke. That definitely wasn't intended, but having that information and having the discipline to wait before firing in to make sure that the rest of the team knows what information she has, what the positions are, and what the potential response to that is going to be. Beautiful execution there from HSG, but it is only one round.
Yeah, just to bring it back to Olga's position there, it was that discipline of knowing that, okay, I may well have been spotted, but there's a chance. There is a chance I stay alive here, and I've got this information. Instead of just backing up, she couldn't. It was either stay there or run forward. Yeah. And she made the exact, like, perfect decision. It was down to a split, like, inch or two of her being spotted on, not Olga, back into the same spot. But finding that double kill was huge. Yeah. Sign-On played super aggressive. Argent, perfect. Molly, look at this as well. Sign-On's going to get burnt alive. As GFY is going to be able to get some damage in there as well. Not even sure how that happened. Babs down to 4. cAmyy gets tagged from behind. 54 HP. Now it has to be careful. Molly burns her alive, but she stays up. Stays standing for now. GFY is so crucial to hold this angle. She's waiting for any kind of player to push down. Potentially should play a little bit more of an aggressive angle, but she knows if she does that, she opens herself up to being headshot via a player in towards that apartment's position. Nailed it. Holding this. Very alone in this angle right now. Flash comes through. It doesn't matter. She's going to be out. What a double! Huge plays! cAmyy! Her kill doesn't matter. They're still going to be able to push on through. It doesn't. But two of them. And Babs is so low. cAmyy onto Naomi. Looking to open this slightly up. Using that AWP as a can opener to perfection. GFY using her experience to flank around this side. Her teammate going to be backing her up. Olga doing fantastic work. cAmyy left alone and in a deadly situation. What a round. HSG. Got to give that to them.
This is what we needed to see more from this team. You think back to Inferno, you think about Black Dragons on the CT side, and the sheer amount of utility damage that was coming out. Newt spoke about it yesterday with Nigma. It's such an important factor, and we see very little of it from HSG, but that round, throw out the Molotov, expecting that mid-aggression, and instantly gets value because not only does it get a kill, but a secondary player is dropped down to like sub 20 HP. So now you have a player that you could very easily take down. And this is what we needed to see more from them. And I'm hoping that that's kind of taught them a lesson. Use Black Dragon's aggression against them. Let them run into Molotovs, run into HEs, and then when they're down to that low HP, slowly pick them apart.
Very well executed. Good defense coming through. And it lets me breathe a little bit easier. They get 2 rounds on the board now. It wasn't just a fluke. Maybe they've come online. We're going to have to see. There's obviously a pause out now. I'm fairly certain it was technical one. We'll let you know if we find out. But we look at the stats at the moment. Hazel's not really sort of activated so far in the match. But that's fine. She knows she's a solid player. She's great with AWP. She's not had a huge amount of time to be able to, get those shots in. And we're still very early on into this map. 8 rounds.
And she's being avoided a lot as well. Like, they're not really rushing towards where that AWP is, and honestly, who would? If you can figure out very quickly what position she's playing, and especially if she's playing a somewhat readable position, if you expect where she's going to be posted up, you're going to avoid that. And that's one of the difficult things about being an AWPer. If a team just completely circumvents you, you start to lose some of that value. And given how expensive the AWP is, you need to be having that value. So now, we'll see if they change up some of those positions a little bit here, and maybe Hazel will have a little more opportunity to pop off.
This really is a solid round where both teams have everything they need. Ana tagged out again in towards that apartment's position. But to be expected, going to be that frontline player, rushing ahead. Flashes galore, they're going to be pushing through. Nemit's in a great position, gets a lot of damage, but no kills, no dice. Her teammates are going to have to clean up the action as they're looking to drop out above her. She has to find the kill, she runs out of bullets, that's the A1. That's the issue, not enough bullets in the magazine. And they give up the sight. This is a situation in which you wish you'd maybe have the AK from Olga. Oh, cAmyy. Talking of Olga. Absolutely destroyed in that situation. GFI trying to find some kind of opener for her and her teammate to push into the side, but it's just not happening. They have to save Sam. Well executed for Black Dragons, but more so, Nemit, the pressure got to her. She got the damage, but her teammates weren't there to help clean these players up.
It was, oh, nice GFI. Good little exit there. Honestly, somebody call up Lemony Snicket. I found another series of unfortunate events for him. I mean, that starts off so well. Naomi has such a good angle. She's instantly flushed out of her position, but she calls it across, so a lot of damage flies through. One player goes down, one player becomes incredibly low, one drops out of window, one pushes out from the other side of the site. She runs out of bullets, and she's got 2 players who are incredibly low in front of her, but she can't finish them off because she has no bullets left. And unfortunately, at that point, the rest of your team, I was talking about Hazel and how maybe she'll have a chance in this round, but she's playing a super aggressive angle over towards the A site. She's in Narnia. She would have been the perfect person to have on B, but you don't know that that's where the push is going to come through. Maybe it's going to be a fake. You just don't know, and unfortunately, HSG could not stabilize, and Black Dragons take control again.
And they're not going to get a chance to breathe as Ana, she switched sides. She's playing super aggressive over towards A, and cAmyy is able to open up in towards the mid position. Actually, no, sorry, that was actually from Palace. But either way, Hazel getting burned alive at the moment. GFI through the connected position. Hazel finds one for the grenade as well. cAmyy, AWP hits the shot, takes the kill on Hazel, who was already tagged down low enough that a leg shot was good enough. GFI from stairs, able to find one. Has a good denial. The bomb went over towards that CT position. Lair holding his mid as well, pushes in. Last bullet hits the player. A little bit of luck on that one, but we take him. The bomb looking to go down. GFI. It's in for the sound. Q peeks on in. Doesn't get a chance to get the denial, but stays alive. And cAmyy, that's an unusual miss. Sign on. Good kill. Nemit left alive. There's not really much she could do in this situation, so she's going to be backing up. No kit. Full roster of utility. But at the end of the day, you have to think forward. What's going to happen in the next round? You look at the money. Hazel's on 3K, GFI's on 1,800, and then, yeah, I mean, round loss bonus is cool, but it's not there. They haven't got much.
Hazel is definitely being read into here. Like, instantly, the molly coming out towards that sandbag position forces her. Look, she's not able to retreat, but she doesn't get burnt alive per se. Now, she does take a bit of damage trying to throw out some utility of her own, but she's able to survive, but she's stuck. And again, there is no chance for her to get value. And what I've loved about how Black Dragon's been playing is how dynamic they are from round to round. It's not just the whole W, you know, go kill strat. They're actually, like, some rounds are more hesitant, some rounds are very fast paced, some rounds have a little bit of faking, some rounds rely on utility, whereas some rounds rely more on getting quickly in onto the site and getting those early kills. And again, this is what HSG are struggling with right now. They're struggling to stabilize, they're struggling to adapt round to round to the different things the Black Dragons are doing. They can't get a beat on Black Dragon's plans.
Yeah, cAmyy, that first initial entry and then a follow-up onto Hazel was just absolutely beautifully played from them. And, I mean, we go into the 11th round. We've got 5 rounds left, Sam. Obviously, default round advantage over the Black Dragons with 8 rounds on the board. And I'm not going to be surprised if they rack up like 12 rounds. We shall have to wait and see. cAmyy playing aggressive. She should catch a player off guard. Easy. Just playing super aggressive. The information's not there. Just misses a shot there onto the player who drops down towards Van. It's going to be Hazel with the AWP. Peeks over the board short, but not going to get a chance. Bab's going to go in for the kill. Cyanon's going to get dropped. The players. Anna, she just drops in, gets the kill. Olga has got control of the bomb at the moment, but for how long? There's 4 players left alive. She got a teammate, but she's on the other side of the site, the map right now.
Bombs in Narnia.
That smoke gives her a moment, an opportunity for her teammate to come through. That flash as well. A little bit of denial, but AWP, and that's round. Most likely. Not quite. Especially with a little bit of a slower play. GFI has got some skin in the game at the moment. Peeking around the corner, and then, okay, Babs, too sharp on. Yeah, as soon as you go in for that peek, you know the smoke's dissipating. It doesn't matter how many flashes you throw. None of them could hit. Yeah. So, yeah, I think holding a bit more of a passive angle, wait for your teammate to come through was the play there. So, this entry, cAmyy,
so good.
So aggressive. This is Black Dragons, Ross. Like, this is their MO.
And the fact that Hazel is completely, like, wrapped around Hazel and she gets shot in the back tells me that information is not getting communicated the way that it needs to be. She should not be getting caught off guard like that. Much like what you were saying with Olga, same with GFI. I don't like that she pushed so aggressively towards bomb. She had sight on it. She could have played a little further back, but let's face it, 1v5, maybe she, or 4, maybe she gets a kill, maybe she gets 2, but realistically, she doesn't win that round. Back down onto pistols, a hero rifle.
But we do have the 5-7, and Olga finds the initial entry. It's going to be the USP from there. It's going to be able to deliver a lot of damage. Not quite the kill I wish, but GFI with the hero rifle taking the shots. We're going to have to go in for the reload, and eventually dies. USP on Hazel, up close and personal, going to be playing aggressive. Hits the first shot, runs out of bullets, has to pull out her knife, and unfortunately not going to give a chance to swing that blade, as Argent is now left alone. Hero rifle's there. It's got 2 bullets. Deagle's going to be swung back out. Sees the player, takes the shot, misses it, and that should be round.
Ooh.
Okay, Nico the second. No, that's not Nico's situation, but nice try. I think backing up from that situation, pulling out the rifle and going back at it might be in the situation. I think what we need to see from the desk, and maybe even new, is how HSG approaches these situations on the, obviously, like post-plant and coming in for the retakes. How do they actually handle that? Because it's not, yeah, not at all in most cases.
Yeah, I feel like the passivity of HSG from round to round has been a massive problem. I was talking about their proactive rounds, and some of them were very good, but for the most part, as soon as they start to get scared, they play really far back.
cAmyy, going back to old tactics, missing the easy shots and hitting the hard ones. That is not what you want for the initial start-up. Good kill coming in, though. cAmyy being dropped out is huge. Argent gonna be feeling happy about that. Cyanonn, she's so close, catches Hazel off guard, going in for a double, denied it, but the damage is done. Down to 19 HP, but there's only 2 players left. Anna, there. Oh, they know where one of them is. Argent's gonna get tagged down heavily as well. The shots are missed, and now we're on a 2v2. Somehow, Black Dragons have turned this on its head as they pick up potentially another round. This is slowed down a moment. They've got the bomb. 19 HP and the moment on Olga. They have got a diffuse kit, smoke, flash, nade. Pushing on. This may well be well read. It's going to be taking the forward position towards connector. No, they're going back, Sam.
Oh. A huge issue for HSG has been communication.
There
Maybe not necessarily in this round, but in general.
There's utility to be thrown and yeeted out of sight. Run at that site. Just hold W.
No. Save your weapons.
We're beyond that point. They needed to have turned around beyond that before that point. Now they're still playing aggressive. Okay, now the call's been made to go in for the save. But at the end of the day, I have to wonder, like, was there hesitancy there of like, okay, well, do we even bother rushing out? Oh, Anna heavily tagged. Nay, so close. I don't know. I think at the end there, that retake was possible. As soon as the utility was thrown, they could have been boosted up in towards window, pushed through, down towards CT, had a chance, had some skin in the game, but no. They just didn't react.
So here's the thing. I feel like I was talking about communication. The round starts off so good for HSG. So many solid kills, but communication is not being given adequately, and rotations are not coming in the way that they should. Angles are not being covered the way that they should. And before you know it, you're back down to a 2v2. And then for some reason, they all head off to the other side of the map. And there's no reason for that. All of the kills are happening on this side of the map. You have literally no reason to turn around, but they do. And then they go, oh, they're over there. Oh no, we'll just leave again. It's very discombobulated.
Yeah, I think they had the massive advantage. So they could have just backed off, played a little bit more chill. Doesn't happen. Anyway, moving on. Olga, A1 in hand. This is a force buy if I've seen one. They have a chance. They have a moment to shine and try to bring this back before we switch on over to the next half. Mid presence, fully in the hands of Black Dragons right now. Look at this, Olga. Just going to be under a huge amount of pressure. Has to relocate back over towards ramp. Flash comes out. She's going to be able to clean this out. She knew best that would be the position you want to sit in. Bab's going to be pushing across towards stairs at the moment. Sion finds Olga, drops her down. That is a kill they needed, and now they open up the site. And a can of whoop-ass. It's Babs holding that angle as well, over towards the CT position, but Argent through the smoke finds a kill as well. HSG, this is a retake they have to win, but Babs again with another kill. Hazel going to get dropped. The scout is dropped. Sion onto GFI, and the bomb can get planted. I'm going to try to stack Argent. Oh, caught off guard is there. He's just in the perfect position. Neo, last one that's live. Not the first time we've seen this, and it won't be the last. cAmyy going to be around the corner, edging around with AWP. Going to have to back away. The sound is heard. She drops down. Perfectly played by Neo. 1v2. Bomb is planted for her, but the wallbang can come through on these boxes. Keep that in mind. She has to now stay alive through the barrage of the shots as they're going to be ringing out. There's two weapons. They have to hit the shots, but it's defused. They were too confident. They get the kill. They're going to be able to walk away with two rifles, but the defuse comes through for HSG. It wasn't planted for them.
Okay, a rare moment of what coming through from Black Dragons. There was a bit of a weird round, to say the least. I think they were expecting cAmyy to maybe stay alive a little bit longer. The problem is that they don't reposition after she's taken off the board. And it was a really smart play from Nomad as well, because she realizes there's a second player there. The molly comes through, forces cAmyy off of her position, able to get that kill. The, box spam, maybe it should have come through. Maybe the player should have just run forward and shot.
Talking about being running and shot, Argent able to take down Sion as she pushes through the smoke. And that kind of punishment is exactly what's needed for these boys. Oh, God, that's painful to see. Olga turned back. Her back turned and she's dropped. They're down towards Fire or Ninja, whatever you want to call it. This is not looking good. Final round of this half. Argent peeking on through. They need to get this round. Anna's going to be able to burn down one. There shoots Argent. Argent was able to find 2 kills with that hammer. It's absolutely great. And now Hazel, Naomi, last 2 players left alive. 2v3. Never mind. 1v3. It's Hazel hits the headshot. Absolutely disgusting. Rotates on over towards the jungle position. Good decision as the smoke goes down, blocking her sightlines from that CT position, but never mind. She's actually going to be questioning her decision. She takes a couple of shots, baits the player's over, but that should have been obvious. And it has been read. At least you'd hope it has. That is still there, ready to play this, protecting herself from this angle. She pushes on, but no, Anna. Too fast to the draw, gets the kill, gets the round. We're going to go into a quick break. We'll be back with you for the second half to see if Black Dragons can close out here.
heartbreak is just around the corner here for HSG. 12-3 half in favor of Black Dragons. This is the final map in the series if Black Dragons take it home. And, well, given the performance they had on their T side, it might just be that they close it out here and send HSG packing.
We're talking in the break about how controlled Black Dragons T side was. Let's see how controlled their CT side is and if they can keep HSG at bay. They did it before on Inferno. A map that quite often favors the T side a lot of the time. Well, especially within the South American scene. But we're not in that scene right now. We're in a bit of a mixed one. They have got presence. The bomb's going to go down, so it's a retake situation. Diffuse kit here on that sign on, so keep that in mind. Olga plays aggressive, but just going to be fed to the wolves as they're able to clean up house on the final kill there. Now there's going to be a 3-on-3 as kill's going to be coming back and forth, and Argent from a distance with the Glock is able to find the kill, the headshot. She's been such a crucial member for her team right now. And an opportunity for them shines. If they can win this round, they can convert the next few. That is a wonderful 4-piece from Argent.
Much needed round win here. I mean, coming into this with only 3 rounds at the half is possibly one of the most devastating positions that they can be in. But let's bear in mind, on Inferno, they won their T-side pistol. And what happened in the next round? Black Dragons forced up and slammed them back down into the ground and ran away with that first half. So that leaves me with a couple of questions about what's going to happen into this next. HSG going to be able to buy up, but Black Dragons, a little bit of a force, not as heavy as we saw in the last map, but still, there's a lot of potential here for some crazy shenanigans.
Especially with this, Lair's going to be pushing up, Deagle in hand, round the corner. Not going to happen. I debated you in chat. There's no kill, but there is from GFI. Over towards the B site. It's going to be the 5-7. Looking to try and find the kill here. Sign on down to 73. Doesn't matter low, because Olga's going to be there from the sidelines to support her teammate getting the kill. If they can survive this without losing a single play, that would be beautiful for them. cAmyy! That's what you get for not having head armor. Khalil is going to one-tap you. And Babs, a star on Inferno. Not being able to rise as high on this one because Anna's been getting all the kills alongside cAmyy. No 30 bombs for her on this map, unless it goes into overtime, which would be absolutely hilarious and great. But HSG, going to get the 5th round on the board here, Sam. Do they have what it takes to bring it back?
See, I was just thinking about the force we saw in Inferno from Black Dragons and wondering, why didn't they do it this time? And my thought process is, they want to slam dunk this. Unfortunately, they spent so much into this. It was as heavy a force in terms of money spent, but not in weaponry. So that's a bit of an interesting one for me. They put a little bit more emphasis onto things like utility, and it just didn't pay off, which is a great sign for HSG. And now, with Black Dragons being back down onto a really rough bye, if you could call it that, HSG have a really, really solid advantage here. So maybe they can start to bring this back.
Yeah, so they're most likely, I say most likely, you know, there's a possibility they won't be able to purchase this round. But otherwise, it's likely that they're going to take all 3 rounds at the start of this, which is exactly what they needed coming into this, but it's not going to be equalized. And you can see there's an aggressive push over towards B apartments. The information's here. They can now, you know, position back up over towards A. They've got 2 players sitting in and around that sort of palace position at the moment, and GFI finds the first one, but are they going to clean out under? They are! Good! Well, clinically played, and now they need to find the rest. Olga onto Babs. Sign on. Anna, never mind. Spoke the names too quickly, and Sign on, last one left alive. USB in hand, peeking around the corner. Argent walks into the bullet, but it doesn't matter, it misses, and she stays alive.
1 point of damage sustained throughout the entire team in that round. Anti-eco to the fullest extent. Sure, they had the MP9 from the previous round, but it doesn't get anything done, so it doesn't make a difference whatsoever. Much needed one here for HSG, like you said, right? But still 6 rounds just to even things out. And now Black Dragons come into this round with a fully stacked buy. cAmyy has the AWP, and again, it's another game where she has been an absolute demon.
See if the AWP can find some shots in a moment. You look at the buy, it's looking pretty good for them. there with no head armor. Doesn't really make, well, it's actually going to make a massive difference in this versus the 3 kills. Olga, pushing up, it's going to be GFI on the first kill. Silent's going to get dropped. And towards B they go. Now it's going to be the main sort of factor here on them being able to win this. Never mind GFI as she finds the first kill. Here's Ana to try and clean up the house, but she can't. Neo finds the kill, and cAmyy, last 2 left alive. Keep in mind, that doesn't have any head armor, so trying to push up against these Galils, just don't bother. Live to fight another day. 2 defuse kits. They've got everything they need for the next round, aside from their other teammates who will have, you know, full round loss bonus, sure, or almost. Actually, no, yeah, full round loss bonus.
Yeah, that's 4 rounds, yeah.
Yeah.
That's big.
No, that's HSG.
Ha, ha, ha.
Ba-dum.
I really hate you sometimes.
Same.
You hate you sometimes?
Every day.
Oh,
but not when I get to cast awesome games like this on Impact. 12-7. About to say 6, but there you go.
I'm such a big cAmyy fan. Because she's not just an AWPer, right? Like, her rifling is up there. She's consistently so good. She's been involved in 6 opening duels. You know how many of those she's won? 5. She is just exceptional.
I think they might end up having to, like, post this event. I expect we're going to be seeing a change up on HSG in regards to IGL. Depending on how they do into this half. If we see overpass, it could be a different factor, but I think the IGL, it needs to kind of change up.
There's so many factors, right? Like, we spoke about it yesterday, but, you know, you've got 1 Mandarin player, 1 Cantonese player, 2 players from Malaysia, and a player from Brazil. And yes, they all speak English, but we spoke about it. When the pressure's on, it can be so difficult to get the right calls out at the right time, particularly for such a small scene where the players aren't necessarily as exposed to international communication.
Well, I mean, Hazel was saying that she's learning some Portuguese.
That's dope. I like
which
that.
Which is quite cool. Obviously, the Brazilian dialect version, I'd imagine. Well, I hope so. So to try and, you know, build that into some of their strats to make it easier so that Olga doesn't have that worry of, okay, I can at least hear some of these initial shouts. But good execution looking to come through over towards A. That's HSG. This is around, I think. Like this pushes, it would be great. Initial comes out there, has to back off. Down to 11 HP. Sign on Steads at the moment, completely smoked off the bomb. Waiting to get planted at the moment. It has been dropped on site for that to be delivered. Olga can't get the trade-off as Neo is going to get dropped. The bomb is now down. Oh, good shot from cAmyy. Dabs as well. GFI gets dropped, but the trade's going to be coming through. You have to be careful. Hazel, she drops down straight into the Molotovs. This is not looking good. It's a 3, but never mind. 1v3, and it's quickly taken care of as you see Babs dispatch Argent.
Round 5, potential momentum shifter, and that could just have been it. The second buy-in from Black Dragons, they play that a lot more patiently. They give up a lot of the space on the site because they want to make sure that they have a strong retake, get themselves into good positions. cAmyy, of course, goes absolutely ham. And that's a round on the board here. A round that we talk about must-win rounds. And HSG are at a point now where every single round for the next 5 rounds minimum are basically must win. They have so little space to work with, so little room to breathe here. And Black Dragons, I mean, so quickly they've wrestled back control. They're not looking to give HSG the space they need.
I think Hazel should have upgraded into the AWP in the previous round. She would have been able to play at a passive position much better, rather than having that Galil. She dropped down. And thanks to the fact that she dropped down, that was really the end of her sign-on. Catches Nero just in the middle of nowhere.
What was she doing there?
Sitting on her laurels in this sandwich. Hazel, GFI. I mean, there's not even anything for me to commentate. They're dead already.
I mean, that round was over literally in the blink of an eye.
I don't know if you saw that. Sinon just shrugged. And I agree. That is my response to that round.
Right.
Tactical timeout. I hope so.
Yeah, what a weird... Like, what was Sinon doing in the middle of no man's land with literally no backup?
I don't know. Yeah, she just stuck out.
And I didn't see the player in mid, because it all happened so quickly, but there was the player in mid up towards the B connector position that also, like, just lost in the source.
Yeah.
Communication. This is what I'm saying. And it might not necessarily be that stringent on the language thing, right? It might just be that, again, synergizing, getting used to one another, understanding one another's calls.
Yeah, they've got a substitute as well. So.
Yeah, new player, substitute. Like, there's so much to deal with for this team.
And they're playing against Black Dragons, who, I mean, we mentioned it, like their control has been so amazing, and just the discipline and the synergy between the players. They have almost every advantage over HSG at this moment. Yeah. They've been playing in Impact a lot longer. Obviously, Olga comes in from obviously playing in the South American scene for a long time within Impact for a couple of seasons, but Black Dragons, they've remained and they've been doing so good. They took down Furia.
They did.
Oh, Babs. GFI off guard, but Neo hits the headshot. Silence sent packing. Maybe this is the chance they need. The opener of all openers laying towards CT. She could try to put an end to this right now. She's looking to play aggressive up on towards this position. No flashes to help her. Never mind, they eventually come through, but they're just a sign of things to come. It's almost a double, but it's a 0 as Babs sit around this corner. They know she's here. The flashes came out of somewhere. So they're waiting for a player to come through. The bomb is down. It's almost halfway through its time in cycle. Babs still going to be peeking around the corner. Neo exposes herself there, giving away this position. The nade, it's huge. Should find its mark. Gets a kill. The trade though. Argent finds cAmyy, but around the corner, Babs comes, the hero. The knight in shining armor, unable to contend with this, so has to back off and contend with be content rather with a couple of kills.
Much better round. Oh man, night and day, right? That timeout was so important. I think coming off of a round where everything was really strange and everyone's looking at each other going, what did we just do? Take the timeout, go, all right guys, that clearly didn't work. Clean it up. Clean up your comms. Calm down. Like, yeah, you're one down in the series, you're a few rounds down in the map. You cannot afford to let that, completely destroy your mental. You have to take a breath. And I think that is one of the reasons that timeout was so important. But now Black Dragons back on their shenanigans. Ana and cAmyy both with AWPs.
And it's going to work perfectly. Oh no, she looks away at the wrong time, but Sinon's there, plays aggressive, finds one. Well, maybe a second as they push on through. That's the bomb! Oh. That's an incendiary grenade going to be going down, looking to try and regain control. They do manage to get the kill, but it's going to be multiple players here, including cAmyy. No, sorry, Ana rather, with the AWP. Oh god, they're already going to be down to 2 players. And you can just see this on the map. Ana, she's already switched up. She's pushed all the way over with the AWP, but she misses a shot. Goes over the second one, misses the flick. But the information's there. She slowed them down. It's going to be cAmyy's turn for the AWP. Finds one, looking for the second one, flicks on over, shuts it down. As they pick up the 15th and penultimate round.
Match and series point. The adaptations from Black Dragons are so good. From round to round, changing up how they're going to be doing things. And again, you never know what exactly is going to be happening in a given round. So Sinon, she pushes through this apartment's position. If she gets nothing, she's in a flank. She's in a damn good spot. But the fact is she gets not 1, but 2 kills off the back of that. And from there, everything just falls apart. HSG just have no clue. Like, they're relying so much on individual skill here because Black Dragon's strategic understanding has just been on another level in comparison.
And the storyline continues from this, no matter who wins. But obviously, if Black Dragons do win this, they'll be going up against B4.
Oh, again.
That is going to be a spicy matchup. So, I mean,
in a best of 3 this time.
Best of 3. And that'll be the 3rd match of today, if I'm right in saying. But we'll get to that. We'll let Des talk about that. I imagine they will be on the topic of conversation. Much slower round so far in HSG. They don't have as much utility to play with. Babs. Ana, this double nade stack. How do they know? Perfectly played, but unfortunately the wrong position. Ana goes down no matter what anyway, with the AWP coming through from cAmyy, and just pushes through in towards this ramp position. Able to find a kill. Absolutely beautiful. Argent trying to find anything, but unable to. GFI goes down. Last player left alive. It's going to be Argent. Gets a kill, but sent packing. She's dead. She's out. HSG sent back to whence they came as Black Dragons are able to find the win. And what a win it was. They're showing their skills, their discipline, their improvements match after match.
Yeah, I think we have to bear in mind that the Furia that they beat was a Furia without Olga, and that does